Well, howdy gang, welcome back. Here we are on a very special episode of our series. It's a subscribers special where I'm kind of giving some love back to you guys for a change because you guys are just so darn nice to me. And kind of going back to what I was originally going to say, I unfortunately ran out of space and it didn't get as many parks in and districts in as I wanted. But what I ended up doing was making a list that was a little bit longer than I anticipated. So my game plans kind of changed a little bit, and what I think I'll do is kind of maybe every few episodes, every 3 or 4 episodes or so, I'll kind of start us off and I'll do 1 or 2 new parks, just kind of make my way through the list because it ended up being you kind of see I got like a whole bunch of you can probably hear them, a whole bunch of papers right here, and I actually wrote a whole bunch of stuff down for you guys, which is pretty cool. So I ended up with about 40 or so plus names. I think I did about 15 or so far. So I'll slowly make my way through the list. So if you guys don't see your name now, chances are it's probably coming up. But keep the comments coming. Don't stop the dialogue. Okay, so let me try and work my way through the list, and I hopefully won't get a little bit too lost. But what I ended up having to do was add a few extra areas in, just to kind of name them after some of you guys. Like I said, you should probably notice there's this little square right here. This new spot right here, a whole new interchange. This highway is now, what in the heck happened here, right? This is all one big connected piece. So I did a little bit of off-camera building as well, as you guys can probably tell, but in general I do kind of want to steer away from just doing this, so that's why I kept the naming to be, a little bit on the smaller end. Okay, so let me go through my list. I've got everyone written down who I kind of, did for this episode. Let me even get a pen so I can kind of keep track. Okay, so first on my list is Deadlink, and we have the Deadlink district. You can kind of see right over here. Just kind of occupying this zone right here. And my game plan for the districts themselves is to kind of go through them, and we'll add some policies, kind of, make things a little bit special and unique for each one. So yeah, thanks. Appreciate all the, long-term support and views. So Deadlink right here. Next on my list, we have OBP Super Gamer, and you're actually getting this stadium over here. You got a little bit of a long-time viewer, kind of caught up with the series about halfway through the last one, and it's been definitely given some good comments, lots of shout-outs, so appreciate all that. And it's kind of a cool little stadium here, kind of lined with some, some trees, a little bit of a walking path. Nice little parking area. Unfortunately, the stadium is kind of snowed in. I didn't realize that till after I had placed it down. So unfortunately, yeah, we have to wait till the springtime to play some baseball. But still kind of fun to have that though, right? Okay, so next on my list is Carrie Deacon, and I believe you also get a district over here. Yeah, Carrie Deacon Plains. So my goal for this kind of neighborhood, just in general for this side, is again to kind of move our industry away from here and turn this into a kind of like a living space. So community centers and parks and a whole bunch of other stuff. So don't feel like you guys are stuck with an industrial zone here, but just for the time being. But this will be upgraded as time goes on. But either way, appreciate the support. Glad to see that you're still commenting. And who else have we got over here? Okay, so a little mini park just kind of tucked in away over here with a nice little statue. This one goes out to Farida Parisha Mater. So also a long-term supporter of the channel. I've been seeing some comments going back many months, even on the older videos. So I appreciate that. Just kind of a little park nestled in here. Okay, who's next? Our good friend Mr. Random Uploader HD. So you got yourselves a nice big handsome district right here. Taking over the initial here. Actually, I can kind of show you guys what the districts look like, just if you're curious so far. So Mr. Uploader HD right over here, and we'll kind of do the bulk of our new policies and stuff in this district. He had requested that, so we'll kind of make this one front row and center, which is totally fine by me. And this guy's pretty cool. Sends me lots of comments on Twitter, checks in on me, so I appreciate that. So definitely a good, good supporter of the channel. And I kind of find this, he found us halfway through the last series, marathoned his way through, and it was really cool because I would, see the progress on Twitter, right? And we kind of chat about the old episodes, which it gave me the feels, right? It's kind of fun going back and seeing the old stuff, so definitely appreciate the support. Okay, who's next on my list? Oh, our good friend Chad Olson, and I kind of gave you a central station as well, kind of been our, our Minister of Transportation unofficially for our city, so I appreciate that. So lots of work to kind of come through this area here. So high hopes for this in the future. So I appreciate the long-term support from you. And who else is on my list? Our good friend Matthew Willis. And I'm gonna hopefully find this rather quickly. Oh yes, of course, Central Park, of course. Again, Matthew, longtime supporter of the channel, going back, like, right to the start of the first series, and definitely appreciate that. So, Central Park named after you. Great looking park, really happy with this. And a few of you have actually suggested that I make some custom parks in the, the asset creator, put them up to the workshop, and then you guys can kind of have something like this too. And it'll benefit our citizens as well. So just kind of keep an eye out for that later down the road, because I do actually want to start moving into asset creation when I get some more time on my hands. Okay, so Veronica A, lookout points. Also a, lots of comments, long-time supporter. Always pleasant things to say, so I appreciate that. Nice little scenic area right here, so I imagine, you could kind of sneak out to the rocks, maybe, again, read a book, take some photos, just kind of, stare out at the big open abyss, Ponder about the bigger questions in life. But no, I appreciate the support. So keep those comments coming. Thanks a lot. Alright, who is next on my list? Charles McClung. Also a long-time supporter of the channel. And we got the nice little neighborhood right here. Kind of occupying this grand old space. And this is kind of turning into a nice little high-density spot. Kind of got some tram lines rolling through here, so could probably fit a park or two in, but definitely off to a nice little start. And if you guys have any suggestions just to keep your neighborhoods a little bit more unique, just let me know. If you guys want, this or that, or if you found yourself a custom asset or something you want to plop in there, I'm totally down with that. And our very good friend, Yorkshire Gamer, the Yorkshire Gamer Square, kind of occupying our central, no, I wouldn't say downtown, because we haven't really established the downtown yet, but we're in a little bit of an office district right here. Definitely close to our, central park and our central transportation center, and I have some high hopes and some changes kind of coming for this district. You can kind of see I've already got the hint of something right over here. So I'm actually going to be doing some road upgrades. So this is going to be pretty, pretty pivotal part. And our friend Matt actually runs the Yorkshire Gamer YouTube channel, and I've got a link to him on the main page of mine. So you should check him out. Great stuff. Always worth a view. So I appreciate the long-term support, sir, and best of luck with your channel. And our good friend Greg Mendola tells me he's a fan of Madden. So we got a football stadium over here, but same kind of story. It's unfortunately a little bit snowed in, but actually I really am a fan of this little area. So what I did is I made a little one-way loop here with the tram tracks. These are one-way roads, and kind of see that helps with the traffic lights as well. And then cool parking lot, but once this is all filled in, we get some, but actually my thoughts for this area was to make this kind of like a touristy kind of spot, so we can get some casinos and a whole bunch of other stuff. And it should look pretty cool, because we'll keep traffic kind of separate from this little avenue, but we'll bring in trams and buses, and they can kind of come in and do their own little, turnaround. So, again, lots of high hopes for that area, so it should be kind of fun. And, oh my god, next person, I really hope I'm saying your name correct. You're kind of new to the channel, found us, but your name was kind of cool, and you have some great suggestions, so welcome aboard. And actually, specifically, you were talking about our old district in the other city, the Chesterfield one, and you were kind of saying you want to see a little bit more love and attention to some of these smaller neighborhoods, so I could not agree more. So it's Knowsley 87, and I do hope I'm saying your name correctly here. And we got the business park. And I had someone suggest, I'm terribly sorry because I forgot your name, to kind of swap around where the parking lots were. And actually what I did was just move these two over to here, and I moved the movie theater a little bit further inland, so it kind of works a little bit more. But the suggestion was to kind of move the parking lots one with the other, because I think more of the offices would kind of use this, and that was a great suggestion. So, those kind of things definitely keep them coming. And who else do we have next on our list? Ranta411. Also new to the channel, but great to see some comments coming in, almost on every episode so far. So we got the community district over here, which is the first part of our little, area which is being reclaimed to the citizens as we slowly move our industry over. So I appreciate the comments and the support, and welcome to the channel. Okay, who else is next? Arisso Lights, just right above our good friend Ranta. And same idea, nice little community area right here. Call this one the Heights. Kind of try to use some, varied names for the districts, but same kind of idea. We're reclaiming it. It's kind of a fun neighborhood, getting some trams going through here. Lots of parks and schools so far, so kind of a fun area on the western end of town. And again, appreciate the comments. Almost seeing one every single episode, so that, it means a lot to me. And then last on my list for today, we have our good friend M and only M. And gave you an Interchange, always great comments. Like, I think you've commented on almost every single video I've put out, which is just like phenomenal. So super appreciate that. Like the amount of suggestions and stuff that have come in, like definitely so many areas have been shaped by you. So really appreciate that. And you kind of see I've actually made a really big change to this neighborhood. And my goal was just to kind of get traffic flowing through, still kind of preserve the collector, and express lanes. And I still got to work an interchange over here, but what I've got is kind of a spaced out, stretched out kind of trumpet interchange. I couldn't fit any of the ones I've downloaded in just because of how, we're cut off right here. We were like just needing an extra tile or two, which was so frustrating. But I ended up making my own, which ended up being pretty cool, I think. And we've got a fun little up and over for our tram track right here, just to kind of bring people into our soon-to-be tourist district. And then this we can kind of connect underground to maybe like a little lakeshore kind of loop like this. And then I was thinking once we buy this tile, perhaps we can do a bridge that goes underneath. So lots of options. Anyway, guys, so I appreciate all the comments and support. As you can kind of see, the city itself got pretty full, like rather quickly, right? So I'm gonna have to expand, a lot more before we can fit some more people in. So probably gonna be a gap in the in between this episode and when we do the next round of naming, but. Down the road, definitely look out for it, and especially as we add some more, unique buildings and just cool neighborhoods. So there you go. Thanks, guys. Hope we're all on the same page here. Again, I don't want anybody's feelings to be hurt, so if you haven't seen your name yet, most likely it'll come later on. Like I said, I've got another 25 or 30 names just on my list alone right here. First, my first round picks. And then, as time goes on, if you guys keep on commenting, you'll kind of, show up on my radar, and, who knows, we'll see a park or something named after you, or maybe an infrastructure project or something. But again, not trying to hurt feelings, so hopefully that's not the case. Okay, well anyway, that being said, let's still take advantage of the time that we got left in this episode, and let's do some building. And I'm actually really tempted to do a little bit more work in here. And just really quickly, you guys can kind of see what I've done just for the rest of the highway, right? This is now a full-blown interchange. Highway kind of goes straight through. Make your way downtown. We got to work on, I think, this right here, to be honest, this little interchange and corridor. Yeah, actually, that's probably gonna be the first thing we'll do. Let's start with that. And what I was hoping for was kind of a 6-lane road that maybe snuck through the back part like this, and then we could handle a little bit more traffic in our downtown. And then, if you guys remember, I was just saying like 2 seconds ago, I had some ideas and upgrades for this little stretch. It does involve, unfortunately, destroying another tram network. Yeah, there's a lot of stops here we're going to get rid of. Okay, so no problem. We'll just go ahead and delete these. What I was going to do is... Oh, actually, no, we should probably use a bus lane. It's either bus lane or bike lane. And you know what? I think we'll actually use a bike lane. I've been saying for a while that I wanted to start a little bike lane network in our city. Okay, so my plan for this is to make this entire stretch here a 6-lane road. And then that way we have a nice wide corridor through the entire part of town. And then this, because we haven't done too many, tram tracks up here, this can continue like this. And then we can even do this bridge as a 6-lane as well. And because we got the bike lanes, now theoretically from one side of the city to the other, we have the makings of our first little corridor. And I'm positive that we can find a way to make maybe this a little bit more efficient in terms of how the traffic's going to flow. Because it does look a little bit odd just to have the 6-lane kind of go like this and then like that, right? In a perfect world, this would maybe be a smoother transition. So let's stare at some more lines, see what we're disturbing. Not a lot. And, let's just try that little change right now. Why not, right? And I think that's just a matter of maybe going on a 45-degree angle. And it's possible that we'll get a better flow of traffic if we move some of these roads around, which is totally doable as well. And so these kind of infrastructure projects, like just don't be afraid just to jump right in and try them out. What I'll tend to do is I'll save the game beforehand, especially when I'm doing stuff by myself. Like I tend to, obviously I'm recording and saving between episodes. Hopefully saving between episodes. My goodness, not like that fiasco from the beginning. yeah, just in general, before I attempt something kind of crazy, maybe I'll save it. I don't normally worry too much because our episodes are pretty short, so I can't really do too much damage, you know, because it's such a short period of time, but, you know, knock on wood, right? Okay, now I would like to have these guys reconnect the tram lines, because I think that would kind of make sense in terms of flow. So why don't we just do, say, from here to here. And that just goes back over to there. Kind of a different kind of take on this little area. And then this will be upgraded so that we're back onto the tram network. Okay, now let's look and see what we've done in terms of damage. These lines, it's very likely they'll just kind of reconnect themselves. A few of these, though, need to be reconnected. It looks like these side streets. And depending on the direction of this one-way, I'm thinking that we might have to maybe change it so that it's a going the opposite direction now, just to avoid the traffic light. Yep, that is fine by me. Now, who are you? You're a medical clinic, so in terms of efficiency for spacing, this should probably be on the intersection here. That way it doesn't have to go the whole way up just to kind of, you know, serve the patients. Okay, so we'll rezone right there. And then we'll connect this road to this intersection. That's kind of cool, actually. This is quite the busy road. Now, same idea. Perhaps this can be also a one-way. And that might help a bit with routing. And, you know, we could do a one-way going in just to kind of make things... We're already getting lights, you know, so I think it's fine to kind of keep this like that. Boy, this is chaotic. Hopefully, you know, hopefully it's not too bad in terms of the 6-lane, right? Okay, so back to our zoning. Let's get this back in here. And just rezone this little department. Perfect. Some commercial, and then high density. And we haven't really made too much of a mess, which is good. We're going to lose a few buildings here, but we can always replace those with you know, parks and whatnot. Okay, so I'm ready to press play. Hopefully, like I said, this line will kind of fix itself. It did. In the long run, it's moving anyhow, so I'm not really, you know, I'm not that worried about it. And I'll keep things on 1 speed just to kind of keep my poor computer from getting a little overwhelmed. And my goodness, so I'll be posting a, or you guys may have already seen it because I've probably posted these together. But I tried, so today is Sunday, yesterday was Saturday. I tried the entire day, and I'm not even joking, hours, like different combinations. I tried different ways to get my computer going. I, for the life of me, could not get the City of Lakewood to run. And like I can get it to run, but I can't get it to record at the same time. There's just way too much happening. And it's like, is the most heartbreaking thing in the world. So I'm kind of stuck at a point where I need to, like, you know, either do another computer upgrade, which is starting to sound preposterous at this point, but, you know, just, if it has to happen, it has to happen. And yeah, no, unfortunately, it's just, yeah, I just can't record. Even when I'm playing by myself, it's a little bit laggy. And so I can get, like, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of the recording in, and then I get, like, that high CPU kind of warning. And then I look at my usage, and it's, like, through the roof, and I'm like, oh boy, you know? So, just kind of stuck, unfortunately, with that right now. Now, my other idea was to maybe turn this as well into a bit of a not one way, but a 6-lane corridor. We'll have to move the tram tracks, though, in a few of these lines, right? And we could possibly shift the lines over to one of these, you know, streets either above or below. Because obviously our goal is to have, you know, if not all of them, but most of the train lines, or the tram lines, kind of run through our central little hub. And that way, kind of, you know, people will be more inclined to use this. Okay, so what are we doing here? Where are we going? Right, I was doing this. I was going to make a bridge back with these guys. And then, coming up shortly in the next few episodes, we'll get our first working train line going. Haven't put one in yet, simply because we don't have a whole heck of a lot of space, right? It wouldn't be the most, you know? Not really needed just yet is a good way to put it. Okay, so let's go above a very simple little bridge here. Yeah, that works for me. And we'll actually go this side first. There we go. And there we go. That's pretty simple. They're relatively even. I do wish that was a little bit closer to what's happening on the other side. Maybe we can kind of trick it. So let's go down to 6. And just go like that. Have we made things worse? Yeah, it's, you know, it's a little bit better. I'll take it. Still not the best, but not too shabby nonetheless. Okay. Great, sun's coming out. Take advantage of that. And also in an episode kind of coming up, I'm gonna just kind of move, you know, some of our production stuff, like water and that kind of stuff, sewage, a little bit further away. Okay, so before time runs out on us, which actually is not too bad, let's kind of work on this interchange here. Get a little bit more people moving in. And then my game plan was to use a 6-lane, which we could actually connect over to here. Holy heck, that'd be great. Oh, and we can even go from here? What? What a cool little... Oh, that's neat. That is super neat. Okay, so we'll keep it as our bike lanes. And instead, this time, we'll make our bridge with the road. And, you know, I'm actually going to space that a little bit further out. And this should be kind of cool. Okay, so what I'm instead going to do is go like this, and then I will find out if this can be made symmetrical. I should have thought of that first, actually. Okay, so that is lined up with that. Perfect. Bring this up. Bring that like that. That's what I'm going for. And I think that's even. Is it even? Should I have gone one more? I should have gone one more. Darn it. Okay, so how many units was this? Just so I know to go. Okay, so 9. That's what we need. So that was 8. Well, now I don't know what to believe. I think I made that too short. Yeah, I started in a different spot. Oh, for goodness sakes. Well, let's just leave that as it is. Okay, so that just connects there. That wasn't, I mean, that wasn't the worst. Still isn't. Okay. And, of course, there just has to be... is it a pillar? It is, look at that. It is just the slightest little bit of one. Okay, I'm sure we can figure this out. There's no way I'm gonna let that jive our style. Okay, so this comes straight through like this, just for reference. And goodness, what are you clicking on? Get back over here. There we go, magnificent. Now, why does that dip ever so slightly? Is this one of those things where I'm going to spend like another 10 years just doing this with the exact same end result? Okay, never mind. I jinxed it for the best. Okay, now I might actually have to wait a little bit to kind of get a little bit more kind of incorporated into this little interchange. We could do something like this, to be honest. That's actually not too bad. It's kind of basic. It does serve the purpose, though. But then the million-dollar question, right, is how do you get from, you know, here to the ground? Now, I think what we're going to end up doing, but we need to buy more city tiles, is can we get... Where's our way in? There might be a way to kind of connect to some of these. Yeah, there is, right? So the game plan would be do like a partial clover leaf or something and just have it, you know, kind of make like a circle, just go underneath and then connect over to here and then kind of share the intersections. Huh. Okay, so that's actually not too crazy of an idea. So I think we'll kind of... That'll obviously be down the road because we have to unlock probably 2 tiles Knowing our luck, the boundary point, yeah, I can't quite see it, is going to be, oh no, okay, I take that back. So we're batting 1,000 here. We actually do have good luck with this city. I was worried that the boundary point was going to be like, you know, right in the middle of that intersection or something. But no, it's not so bad. Okay. So then this can now connect over here, which is perfect. This can cross the river. And now we have a tram crossing, which is also very convenient. So we've got highway, 6-lane, 6-lane, not 6-lane, sorry, tram, and trains. So that's really good. And then these will all kind of meet up with a corresponding kind of, you know, road corridor that maybe follows the highway. And then we'll build our, you know, industrial area around there. I'm still kind of brainstorming in my head how we're going to get the industry going. And we gotta wait for us to unlock some more of the harbor pieces before we start making, you know, the old college try over there. But I am very excited. And you know what we could possibly do right now is just get that interchange started for the little rail junction over here. And, oh boy, this will be kind of tricky, right? But kind of fun at the same time. Okay, so let's take a look and see which ones we know are going to be external lines. Alright, so it looks like these bottom two, now that I kind of see it, because we'll have this one be cargo, the one that kind of bypasses the city center, or the terminal, and then we'll use this one here as external, and then the top two can be internal lines. Alright, so this can go straight, so that's extraordinarily convenient. And then this can actually meet up, like these two can combine. That's actually fine and dandy. So the game plan would be like, you know, if you're a cargo, you'll make a split stay below, but if you're going to stop off, if you're a passenger train, you probably go here. So we'll just make sure we route, you know, traffic correspondingly on the other side to make sure that the game kind of follows what we want it to do here. Okay, so this is going to kind of link up to here, and then that one's just going to link back up to here. And it's actually not going to be as complicated as I thought, but we are going to make a little bit of a kind of trumpet interchange, and we'll have our merging lanes kind of flow with train traffic the same way that we had with the other one. Well, that one I did build off camera, so you guys kind of missed it. Okay, so that's not going to connect. There we go. That will now connect. Excellent. Slightly crooked, but not enough that it's going to bug me. And then now, for this, we are going to have to come up, just like that. And not a lot of space in between this interchange. There we go. And then so this will go like that. And then this will now come down. And I'm just going to make this a little bit of a wider curve, just so that we can kind of get some good speed still through here. So again, it might look a little bit unconventional, but the game plan is to kind of keep traffic flowing in its own kind of direction, if that makes any sense. So that way the trains, when they merge back onto these lines, they're not really cutting anybody off. And so, like, in a perfect world, what we'd have is, I know the trains won't do it in this sense, which is why I'm not going to bother. But what you would do is you would have another kind of arm come up and around, and then, you know, if I was using like one-way trains or something, one-way train lines, I would have it connect and just kind of merge. Same way these kind of work, right? So the merging arms are not really crossing in front of everybody. So we'll have a little bit of that happening. Unfortunately, we will have some trains kind of, you know, crossing over this way. So not a perfect junction, but it'll still work in our favor, and we should still be able to, you know, get high volumes of train traffic through here. And we can always change this a little bit if we have to. And you can kind of see the way it works too, right? Is we're not going to be blocking anybody coming back in. So anyone coming around has to go around, you know, and they're kind of merging in, right? The only thing we don't quite have is a line going from the other side as well. The only way is kind of going in and around, right? And again, we're trying to stop people from, you know, blocking each other. So let's go like this. Just maybe make these look kind of like they're working in the same kind of, you know, column or something. There we go. That's kind of fun. You know, this could just link right back up like this, to be honest. Or we could just go over the highway. There, that's kind of cool. And again, the game plan, you know, you're coming in, you're breaking off, you don't have to cross in front of anyone. When you merge, you're with your, you know, the proper direction. So kind of a fun interchange. Very unique. I like making the train ones as, you know, interesting as possible. Otherwise, no, we're starting to come together with the city. I'm liking this, guys. And you can see the game, it's a little bit jumpy. So I do kind of forecast a little bit of the same kind of thing that happened with Lakewood. As the city gets a little bit too big, we're gonna get to a point where we won't be able to load and play anymore. So in the interim, I'll explore maybe a small computer upgrade, maybe some more RAM, and possibly a better video card. Otherwise, yeah, I'll kind of, you know, just get rid of some background system resources, trying to get the computer running a little bit more efficiently, and possibly trim some of the mods and assets, because I don't want those to be kind of slowing down the experience too much this early into the series, right? Anyway, I'm going to ramble forever, guys, but we'll stop the episode here. Hope you had a lot of fun with this, and again, thanks for everyone who, you know, puts in all the extra effort. And you guys, you might not think it counts, but your views, you know, all the likes, everything, they add up, and they do mean a lot. And just in terms of feedback, I like hearing it. It's good that you guys are watching the stuff I'm making. It'd be kind of, you know, it'd be kind of depressing if I'm making this and no one's tuning in. But you guys, you're tuning in troves, and I super appreciate that. And I'm noticing you guys are making efforts and like telling your friends and stuff. Like, you know, I really do see it. The numbers kind of reflect that. So keep it going. Let's keep the momentum alive. Again, we've got lots of games coming up, lots of hope for the future. And stay tuned for that European city. So I'll be starting alongside this one a European city, so that way we have a bit of variety in the content. And it's unfortunately going to replace Lakewood, just at least in the short run for content. So expect you know, same kind of fun, fast-paced at this city. And we'll be building an entirely different city, different layout, different style, different set of goals and everything in that. And that'll be a European city on kind of a map with some rivers and stuff rolling through. So very, very, you know, I would say very different because there's rivers here, but you know, because we'll be using the European theme and different, you know, different assets and stuff, it'll have a different feel, which will be kind of cool. And I'm gonna I'll keep this one a little bit more like North American in terms of style, and I'll try and make that one a little bit more European. Anyway, like I said, I'll ramble forever, guys, so I'll cut us off here. I will see you in the next one. Thanks, as always, for the comments, suggestions, and the love and supports. And until then, take care of yourselves. Have yourselves a great day.